Young world. So the Cat Williams interview the other day, of course, everybody knows about it. It got like 30 million views on it at this point. But the one thing that I thought was kind of bogus about it, just to zero in on one part at least, Cat Williams is kind of doing selective targeting. Because out of everything he said, the one thing that he also said was he talked about DL Hughley and said DL is the best, skipped over DL Hughley. DL is one of the biggest coons in the industry, the biggest butter biscuit eating coon drinking. He's just one of the biggest ones out there, and he's down with Steve Harvey and him. You know what I'm saying? So for him to give DL Hughley a pass, that's a little bit too selective for me. He shouldn't. His name shouldn't even have came up. You should have just skipped over him. Cause ain't no way you're gonna sit here and talk about the stuff everybody else is doing, but you cool with DL Hughley and the shucking and jiving, break dancing and back breaking he be doing. You know what I'm saying? All these agendas he be following and supporting and pushing down people's throats. That didn't make no sense to me. That one little part, at least. You know what I'm saying? Because at that point, you're actually being a gatekeeper. The stuff he's talking about other people, at that point, if you could skip over somebody that you mess with that's doing bogus stuff, obviously bogus stuff, and skip over him because you F with him, that's the same thing as gatekeeping. For real, if you really think about it. I mean, if you holding standards out here, you should have held him to the same standard because now you were being a gatekeeper too of your ideology. You know what I'm saying? You can't call Kevin Hart and all them out and Tiffany Haddish and Steve Harvey, but then you saying DL's cool. DL is one of the most cotton is picking his jokers we've seen yet as far as comedians. You know what I'm saying? One of the most cotton is picking his ones we've seen yet out here trying to push the Democratic agenda and all this stuff he's constantly be coming up with, all this bogus stuff he be saying. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was whack. I mean, most of the stuff he said, I've been saying it. A lot of us been saying it for years, quote unquote conspiracy people. I've been talking about Steve Harvey for a long time. Certain little things, but and shout out to him for even going out there and saying that stuff. You know what I'm saying? If it's not some type of if he wasn't sent out there to say it, if you know what I mean, or some type of set. You know what I mean? You never know what celebrities in Hollywood and stuff like that, what the extents they go to, or who sends them, or what they got to do. But like I said, you support DL Hughley, and but everybody else, this that part I didn't like that part. That was a little bit too creepy for me. DL is the biggest butter biscuit coon out here when it comes to comedy. One of, if not the most. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, I mean, everything he's saying, it's not really. He's not saying nobody did nothing wrong or not like illegal or nothing like that. So I mean, this is pretty much, and this is the other thing too, right here. I have come to accept the fact of what I feel now. Like when I first came out, I was hardcore, the conspiracy dude. My last channel, that's conspiracy. But the way I see it now, it's like if people want to go do all that and join that part of it and do the rituals and join the Illuminati as they call it, whatever, so be it. At this day and age, we didn't seen enough, we heard enough. Um, if somebody came and offered me 5, 10, 20, 30, $40 million, would I join the quote unquote Illuminati? Probably goddamn so. Probably goddamn so. At this point. You know what I'm saying? It's just we all know all this stuff at this point already. You know what I'm saying? We all already know all this stuff. Sometimes it comes down to try to do, I ain't saying don't be righteous, but when you try to do the long route or but you could take a shortcut and they come along, at the end, does it even really matter for real, for real? Shit, if you can live good, somebody come approach you with some, you know what I'm saying, an Illuminati check, you might as well go ahead and do it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, as long as you don't got to do nothing too crazy to get in that you want to do. But I mean, as far as, I know that might sound crazy coming from a person like me, the conspiracy dude and all this stuff. But man, look, you or me can't sit here and say that, but quote unquote Illuminati person offered you 5, 10, 100,000 at this point for a lot of us. You know what I'm saying? You be up there running with agendas too, talking all this stuff too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of past all that thing, just pointing out people who are, we can already see who's pretty much down with the club and stuff like that. What difference does it make at this point? It don't make none. As far as they, like Kevin Hart and them, as far as they're concerned, they looking at Cat Williams like he's a goddamn fool. You know what I'm saying? They like, you was here and you turned all this down because you trying to have integrity and be righteous. Kevin Hart and them looking at him like, you's a goddamn fool, Joker. Why the hell would you get to this point and then turn it down because you trying to be righteous and have a conscience and all this type of stuff? The people in the streets doing like a lot of us talking. Not that I'm just here supporting like the machine or nothing like that, but a lot of us out here talk about the stuff they be doing, the Illuminati and the Hollywood, all this stuff. But a lot of us be out here breaking laws in our own way and doing stuff in our own way that probably ain't no worse. I mean, probably ain't no better than jokers doing what they're doing to make some money. For real, at the end of the goddamn day. Like I said before, you can't expect people to give all that up for the regular average person. You know what I'm saying? Would you? If you in a position where you making millions of dollars, you going to just give everything up because jokers like me on YouTube with our little videos talk about you not doing stuff, you doing rituals and you ain't integrity. I'd be looking like, so what? Go sit down. You know what I'm saying? To me, I would be saying if I was them, people like us. So at the end of the day, man, but I didn't like that, what he said about D.L. Hughley. I feel like we calling Steve Harvey and everybody else out, as I ain't saying you shouldn't have, but D.L. Hughley should have definitely been on that list of people to call out. He done a lot of bogus stuff throughout the years. You know what I'm saying?